We need something good. And certainly the frat boys at UNC are that something good. They are the heroes of yesterday, getting a ton of attention. Some of it is like super crazy attention. And I found a TikTok that did a nice job of summarizing their story. So if you haven't heard the story, you're in for a treat.
Moment in time where it seems like all hope is lost. All it took were a couple UNC frat bros to single-handedly reignite your faith in Western civilization. This is just the photo of the year. Put it in a museum. It's one of the most iconic things I've ever seen. If you don't know the story behind it, Palestinian activists have been running amok on college campuses all over America. They're really mad that Israel is fighting a war to destroy a terrorist organization and therefore are setting up encampments on their campuses. Because that's totally what normal, well-adjusted people do. And at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, they took down an American flag and replaced it with a Palestinian one. The police then came and took down that flag and put the American flag back up. But the pro-Hamas loser, commies, tried to take it back down again. And that's when these UNC PICAP bros stepped in. They held the flag up and prevented these people from stealing it again, while being pelted by numerous objects. And like, all of these dudes are just heroes. Between this guy in the Hooters shirt, this guy cracking up while getting pelted with water, the whole thing is just absolutely perfect. And to top it off, they even started singing the national anthem as the flag went back up.
Fantastic.
The whole thing is just absolutely perfect. There's also a GoFundMe that was set up to help them throw a rager. And it has over $100,000 in less than a day. Commie losers across the country have invaded college campuses. But amidst the chaos, the screaming, the anti-Semitism, stood a platoon of American heroes, armed in vineyard vines in Patagonia, fueled by Zin and White Claws. These triumphant bohemians protected Old Glory from the unwashed Marxist horde, laughing at their shrieks and wails, and shielding the stars and stripes from Soviet missiles.
I love
So yeah, definitely help these boys bring Project X to life.
Hell yes. I will donate.
Oh, well, just wait, because that was yesterday, and I'll show you what it looked like this morning. John Rich also said, for the boys who protected the flag at UNC, I'd like to offer a free concert for their Celebration of Freedom party. Anybody know how to find them? Maybe we could talk Dan Bongino into doing a live broadcast from their frat house. Come on, Dan, live a little. So there's that happening. And then when I looked this morning, it was at $320,000.
Oh my God. I freaking love it. I hope that they actually use some of that money to do some philanthropic stuff, which I'm sure they will, because, you know, fraternities and sororities, they get a bad rap, but they actually do good things too.
Or maybe they just turn this into the event of the century, and it becomes way bigger than just a frat party, but something like super pro-America and amazing.
So, I was just going to say, American flags beyond what the eyes can, where they can see. Yeah, just everywhere. The sea of America would be amazing. I'd love to see that on a college campus. I'd love to see it.
Wouldn't that
and
be
then
so
have
great?
Other college camp, like, you know, like people from Duke and NC State, like all over, people from all over that area come, and it would be like a huge rager. It would be amazing, right?
So fun. Oh my gosh.
Themed. Yeah.
Andrea Viola, thank you. Andrea says the parents should show up at these schools. Yeah, I mean, assuming that they disagree, I would love to see parents going to campuses and just like ripping their students out of there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I just can't imagine. I can't imagine if one of my kids was involved in something like this.
Oh my gosh. Karen Elliott, thank you. Karen says these frat boys have not been drinking Bud Light. No, they have definitely not.
No.
Most definitely.
I feel like there's a lot of Pabst Blue Ribbon involved. You know what I had for lunch today?
I'm going to guess.
I'm sorry.
I knew it.
But I knew it. But what kind of filet? You can guess that.
I know that you had, if you were going to have a filet, I know you got one out of your freezer from omahasteaks.com.
Right.
You put it in your air fryer, and it was the most delicious steak you've ever had ever.
Bacon wrapped. It was bacon wrapped because that's how I roll. Hello. Yeah, this is the thing. Listen, I do this because I have a subscription with them, and I know you do the fish thing, but I'm not quite there. I'm more of I like the land animals. That's what I like to eat, the land, which is great because to each their own. That's the joy of Omaha Steaks. You can order whatever you like. You know, you like the fish, and I like the stake. And
well, I mean, the steak is in their name.
Right.
That's what they're known for.
But listen, people also need to know about the sides because the sides are ridiculous. They're so good.
They're so good. The pepper jack risotto cakes, you guys. I cannot say enough good stuff about them. And the thing about a subscription is that you decide all of the subscription parameters. You decide what goes in it. You can change it up every time. You decide how often you get it. You can cancel it at any time. You choose the quantity of how much you want in there. You choose literally everything about it. It is so customizable. And when you do a subscription, you automatically save an extra 10% off of your subscription order. Plus, they throw in free steak burgers, 4 free steak burgers with every box, with every subscription order.
Yummy.
And every third box that you get, they throw in a little something extra. Surprise.
How do you not love this?
Right?
You got to do this. Do it today. Plus, you got stuff like Mother's Day coming up. You got Father's Day coming up, Memorial Day, 4th of July. So much stuff is coming up where you need meat. So do this today. You guys do it. omahasteaks.com/chicks. Okay, that's how you get your goods and that's how you get your discounts. omahasteaks.com/chicks. Remember Columbia and how they finally got all this stuff torn down because the cops were finally not hamstrung and they were able to do cop things. So they got the building back, they got the encampments out, and now the people who, especially the people that broke into the building and did all that damage, they've been identified. Some are students, some are not. They are all being charged with, or some of them are being charged with 3rd-degree burglary, criminal mischief, and trespassing. So they are facing criminal charges, which is great. One of the interviews, and I think I meant to play this yesterday and just forgot, but this is one of the guys that they interviewed outside of the building and outside of the encampment, talking about how it was no big deal that all these people were being arrested because New York.
You guys do when the police come right in here and end up maybe handcuffing people and arresting them.
We'll do what we always done. We'll get arrested, just like the criminals in the subway. They're always right back out in 24 hours.
24 hours in New York City. That's right. That's about correct. So,
God, that is infuriating,
right?
Yeah, and the mindset is infuriating. It's like, well, I mean, we know we're just going to get let out, so whatever. And that is a rampant mentality that, like, listen, all the criminals know that. It's not just that jerk. It's like all these people in New York who are criminals are way to run a city,
right?
Way to go.
God, the laws there are so pro-criminal.
Right.
It is mind-boggling.
If that's not indicative of Democrat policy, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. That was it. That encapsulated everything about what's wrong with Democrats right there in that clip.
Yep. Mayor Adams, very upset seeing a lot of these images of American flags being taken down and Palestinian flags being put in their place. He is furious about it and had this to say.
And another significant part of the video was at the end. That's our flag, folks. Don't take over our buildings and put another flag up. That may be fine to other people, but it's not to me. My uncle died defending this country. And these men and women put their lives on the line. And it's despicable that schools will allow another country flag to fly in our country. So blame me for being proud to be an American. And I thank Commissioner Daughtry for putting that flag back up. We're not surrendering our way of life to anyone.
Except illegals. We're going to surrender our way of life to illegals. But that's it. Just all the millions and millions of illegals that were. But I mean, it's nice that he said that, though.
Right. I mean, credit where it's due. Right?
Okay, fine. That's fine.
A little bit of credit.
All right. Maybe he's right just every once in a while.